disturbing allegations are surfacing in a very unexpected place. A man who is supposed to bring joy and holiness to the Jewish ritual of circumcision is now accused of something unthinkable, spreading a deadly disease to innocent babies. News 12's Tara Rosenblum joins us now with her special report, Cradle of Secrets.
It's a topic that not many people want to talk about, but an unlikely whistleblower, a young Orthodox Jewish woman, is now speaking out, claiming a local rabbi is infecting babies, making them sick. And what's worse, she says no one is doing anything to stop him. For centuries, when a Jewish baby boy is born, the ancient ritual of circumcision is performed. But in some ultra-Orthodox communities, religious leaders known as moyals also engage in something controversial during the bris. In a practice known as pt.2, or just MBP, the moyal actually uses his mouth to suck the blood from the infant's penis after he cuts off the foreskin. Meant to prevent infection and serve as a celebration of life, News 12 has learned the little-known practice has turned into a curse for life for some babies involved in our area. And it's all because of a local rabbi who's alleged to have a sexually transmitted disease.
The rabbis are going to take care of it. They won't let him get away with it.
According to these documents we obtained from the State Health Department, Rabbi Yitzhak Fisher of Muncie has been tied to at least 3 herpes infections in babies, one of whom died back in 2004. Shortly after the tragic death, Rabbi Fisher was forbidden from practicing NBP in New York. But despite this state-issued ban, one concerned mother tells us the infected moyal is still placing innocent lives at risk.
They should be arresting Rabbi Fisher. He should be in jail for murder, for homicide, for infanticide.
This outraged parent, we'll call Rena, who asked us to disguise her face and voice, claims she can prove Rabbi Fisher is still practicing NBP. She says she very recently secretly recorded a phone conversation with him in which she requested the rabbi to perform the controversial service.
There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. I can only do interruption practice. That's perfectly okay.
But at one point during the call, Rena questions the safety of oral suction and references the recently reported death of a baby in New York City just last September.
The baby passed away on Rosh Hashanah. It took them 5 months to the health department to convince the medical examiner to add the word oral suction to record the death. The medical examiner did not want to do it. But the newspaper picked it up and was enough to make the issue.
Were you shocked when Rabbi Fisher told you that?
Shocked is an understatement. It's unbelievable that this goes on, and this man is maiming and killing children, babies.
Yet we found no shortage of Hasidic Jews in Muncie willing to defend the rabbi.
Everybody knows he's an honest person.
And his actions.
We used him and his son in the past, and we've been very happy with him.
Traditionally, it's the right thing to do, and we think he's a good person and he's doing it right.
This is part of our law, what we have to do.
Not so, says Rabbi Yehoshua Krohn.
It makes me cringe.
The 5th-generation moyal lives just minutes away from Rabbi Fisher, but practices NBP in a very different way.
Judaism mandates that we do this mitzvah, this commandment, but in a way that is na'im, which is sweet, meaning that there is no hurt. The point is that there is no harm to the child. In religious circles where they want the metzitza b'peh, we use only the tube. And for those that want it over and beyond the tube, we'll call someone who will do it that way for them.
But you never know when that someone else could have a sexually transmitted disease. Just last month, yet another baby got infected with herpes after undergoing NBP in Orange County. Now, Rena is on a mission to spread awareness about the dangers of oral suction, something her own son went through without her even knowing.
After the circumcision takes place, I'm handed the baby, but I have no idea what happened there. It's like being in surgery. You're not there when the baby has surgery. I was shocked. I couldn't get over it. I told my husband, we allowed this to happen? He said, nobody asked. This is just how things are done. So I want the Department of Health telling people this is what takes place. You can do it if you want, but know the facts. Know that you're putting your baby at risk.
Now, Rockland County's Health Commissioner, Dr. Joan Fussell, refused to speak with us on camera about any of that, but she did tell us that they've agreed to start handing out this informational pamphlet called Before the Bris, How to Protect Your Baby Against Infections. These brochures will be handed out to all parents of newborn boys here in Rockland County. As for Rabbi Fisher, who we repeatedly tried but were unable to reach, the health department told us he should not be performing MBP anywhere in the state. But because the victims' families refused to press charges against him, it appears their hands are tied when it comes to enforcing the ban, meaning Rabbi Fisher's hands are still free to perform a centuries-old ritual that could place another baby's life at risk. Now, while Rabbi Fisher is not facing any criminal charges that we're aware of, multiple sources have told us he is being looked at by the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. In the meantime, Rena's just hoping by coming forward, more families will have the courage to speak out, or at the very least, ask more questions before their baby is circumcised. Tara Rosenblum, News 12.